Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 23 of my Forex trading journey. I hope each and every one of you are having an absolutely amazing day so far. So, as we go and as we take a look, I'm just going to show everybody what is going on with my particular charts for the day as we go ahead and as we delete some of these lines right here. Gold, as we can see, no trade opportunities as of yet to start our day. We've got silver, nothing as of yet. We've got gold versus euro, nothing as of yet. And we've got oil, nothing as of yet. Now, platinum, as you can see right there, the account did blow. So it's great news in a sense that, yes, our trade strategy did not work. But at the same time, our trade strategy did not work. And so now we know some pieces that we now can't go ahead and do. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and we are going to create our new demo trading account. And so I'll be right back. All right, everybody, we are back and we are getting the new account created. And I'm still going to use the same settings. So we're going to have the account leverage at 500. We're going to have the balance at 100. We'll click create an account and then we'll see our details here in just a moment. And here we are with that data. So let's go ahead and let's log into that particular trading account right there. Again, hope each and every one of you are having an amazing day so far. We're about, we got 2 more excellent trading days left, 2 more excellent growth days left, and then it is indeed the weekend. So interesting. I've been having this particular issue where it's only showing me a $0 balance for some reason, which is fine. So what we'll do instead is I'll go ahead and I'll just open a new account. No problem right there. There we go. We'll do it that way. So we've got our new account created. And as far as what we'll do for platinum next time, we're actually going to adjust our stop loss settings. So we're going to go ahead and adjust that to about 15 pips this time. Just that to about 15 pips. And we will work with that setting and see and determine how we go from there. So we're going to wait for a trade opportunity on platinum. We're going to wait for some trade opportunities on gold. We're going to wait for some trade opportunities on silver. We're going to wait for some trades on gold versus euro. We're going to wait for some trades on US oil, and we'll take it from there. All right, everybody. So we are back, and why not? Let's go ahead and let's take our first trade on a platinum. Let's go ahead and let's indeed do just that. So yes, we're going to go ahead and take our first trade on platinum. Very, very, very excited for this particular trade, and of course. For those that were at remember the earlier part of this recording, we did indeed blow our last account. So this is a brand new $100 account. We already have our strategy in place, our new strategy, which is we're going to adjust the lot size just a little bit for us. We're still looking at most of our strategy for phase 4 of our new trading strategy for platinum. Everything is mostly the same besides our stop loss amount. We're actually going to adjust it and make it a little bit higher. We're going to go ahead and actually make this about, instead of 100 points, we're going to go for 150 points. So that would be about 927.11. So I'll put that right there. 927.11, which is right about, can we put that a little bit more? We'll put that right there. Okay. So that's right there. That's the trade that's going on right now. So we will go ahead and, as always, we'll let the trade play out. Now, while that is all going on, we do have a sell signal for gold. So we're, of course, going to go ahead and take a look at that in a little bit more detail after the 8-minute mark. And let me see, anything else? We do not have anything else. So really going to be focused on gold versus the United States dollar. And we're also going to be focused on platinum as well. So we will go ahead and we will let those situations develop. And then in the meantime, I figure we go ahead and we talk the next section of You Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. And the last time we were talking about the armored mind, if I remember correctly, how we wanted to go ahead and face the obstacles that were in our way and have the visualization of overcoming them and having that feeling of how that is going to go ahead and how that will work for us. So, what I'd like to go ahead and talk about now is another section from David from that book, the next section called "It's Not About a Trophy." And we think about it, right? I'm not here to, give myself a medal for accomplishing this. I'm not here to, to boast that my aspirations, that I envision that I am the top forex trader in the world. That's not what this is about. This is more so any information, any knowledge that I can test out, that I can do, and I can share to the people that are listening. My vision is to make sure that the people that are watching this see the concept of forex trading, see the vision of being able to understand what they can do for themselves and be able to participate in this tremendous $6.6 trillion a day opportunity that we have right in front of us. And so to talk about this section, I first want you to take inventory of your cookie jar. Now, what the heck does that mean? You're probably asking. Cookie jar, this is about forex trading. We're going to cookies, we're going to desserts. What exactly are you talking about? Well, let me tell you a story. So as far as the cookie jar example, what this is really talking about is, we talked about all the obstacles and all the stuff that we have to overcome. However, what we want to also go ahead and give ourselves credit for are the things that we have done, the accomplishments that have already been made that would allow us to, again, just pat ourselves in the back and realize that if we can do that, then this next step will be easier. And in terms of the cookie jar, for me, it's the fact that, you know what, I'm still here on day 23, still trading with you guys. It's the fact that I haven't given up, even though I've already blown about 2, 3, 4 accounts so far. It seems like I haven't necessarily told myself to stop. I've given myself the grace to acknowledge that those particular accounts that I had, okay, it looks like that particular arrow disappeared, so we're going to go ahead and place that buy right there. And for this guy right here, we are going to go ahead and allow that opportunity to come back to us when it is ready. So that arrow disappeared, as you saw. So it looks like that opportunity was not ready yet for the sell. The sell trend that we were looking for has now, or the downtrend, I should say, has disappeared. So we placed a buy to cover that. And thus we'll wait for the next opportunity. In the meantime, we will look at gold as well for the opportunity. That one has not disappeared, but that will be taking place in the next about 4 minutes. So we'll come back when and if that particular trade is ready. All right, everybody. So we are back at it. And yes, the candle did close with the sell arrow intact. So I'm going to take one of our buy trades that are in profit, close that so that we are in a sell trade. And thus, now we get to go ahead and focus on gold in terms of a sell opportunity. I could definitely see why this particular sell trade or the sell arrow was called. While I do notice, we do want to take note of the little bullish trend that we had right here, which is a cause for these two arrows to show up. What I also do see is just a very much a support that was right here. This candle then just went all the way down, busted through that support right there, and decided to create a bit of a structure all the way over here. Now, I'm curious to see, because again, now this is just some very much a chicken scratch resistance line. So don't take that. You obviously want to use the horizontal line tool for this stuff. You do not want to do what I just did right there. But that was just a very rough sketch of what I was seeing. If we really wanted to go ahead and see the support tool right, or the line tool right here, this is what the candles are showing us right here, where exactly the why price is set, why right now we have a sell arrow instead of a buy arrow. And it's mostly because, again, we see that there was a support that was there that was indeed broken with a very strong, and we'll talk about candle strength here in one of these topics, but we had a very strong bear candle breaking through that support. And then now I can definitely see that we're looking towards getting into a downtrend, at least for right now. So that is where we're at with gold at the moment. So we're in one open sell trade. There are no other opportunities I could see as of right now. So we will go ahead and let that trade play out. So let's go back to what we were talking about, which was the cookie jar analogy. Now, again, I have talked about how I'm still here. I've blown about 3 or 4 accounts, but I'm still here doing my forex trading, my podcasting thing, and I've been going strong for 23 days of that the market was open since September 6th. So it's been about a month since our first day, and it's just so, I do think that is a little bit of an achievement. Again, not a great job, Jordan. You got through your first month, but no, it's very cool to see what can happen, what we can learn both together. Just 1 month of doing this particular journey, this particular experimentation. And I've also, can take note of some of the awesome people that have been on my show as guest commentators, the people that I already have in the future that are going to be coming on to the show for some mastermind interviews. So you are definitely going to be very, very, very excited for that. I guarantee you. And just realizing that I've got all this great stuff here on the show that I've put together myself, that I have done myself. And yes, that is my cookie jar moment for me, because I know that if I can still be here and do this thing right here, right now, and still do all the things that are going to make, again, I don't want to bring this up. I don't want to really talk about myself in this way to not seem egotistical, to not seem arrogant, to not seem pompous. All I'm wanting to do is illustrate exactly how the cookie jar analogy is going to work for us. And so by understanding I've got all these things in my head, my mindset says, "Oh, look at these awesome things that you've done. Why in the world, why in the heck would you stop right now?" It does come to a point where it's like, yeah, why would I stop? When I know that there's just so much to do, so much amazing things to come in the future, so many amazing things that can come in my vision, there's absolutely no way I would stop. So my question to each and every one of you is, what are your cookie jar moments? What are the things that are going to, and by the way, we've got that sell arrow moving over to the next candle. But my question is, what are the things that you want to write down that are considered your cookie jar moments, and use that to propel you to move forward? Use that to help you build momentum so that you can continue to enjoy this particular journey that we're both on and be able to take full advantage of it. Crack your journal open, write it all out, and include life obstacles you've overcome as well. So, I've certainly overcome a lot of difficult things, a lot of things that, for lack of a better word, that's been faith driven, faith tested. However, and again, I'm not here to talk about spirituality. That's not the primarily the thing we want to discuss, at least on this series. We might talk about that in. I will warn everybody that if the forex trading journey days, we are not going to specifically talk about that. However, if I do plan on content, it will definitely be outlined specifically where I would indeed do that. But again, that's going on a separate tangent. We don't need to. But anyway, coming back, that faith has allowed me to overcome some very difficult life obstacles. Again, I'm going to work on being able to share those at one particular point in time, but I don't believe that right now is the time to do so. And so you would include those life obstacles. You would add in those minor tasks you failed earlier in life, but try to get a second or third time and ultimately succeeded at it. And so this is going to be part of those cookie jar moments where you see me fail on one account, you see me fail on two, three, four accounts with a bunch of different pairs right now. But to build up the then strength to go ahead and keep going and getting to a point where I'm able to turn and make a comeback, that would again be one of those things that I would include as far as what I would call a cookie jar moment. And then feel what it was like to overcome those struggles, those opponents, and win. And that's very much something, it's that feeling, right? It's that emotion. We've talked about the avatar where, it's great to have the action. It's great to have the financial plan. It's great to have the strategy. But if we don't feel the emotion inside it, then you're really not going to experience the true satisfaction of being able to overcome this $6.6 trillion beast that the market is. And again, it's not about overcoming in terms of taking down everybody. It's more so being able to fall in line and being able to think like one of the big players and being able to essentially, without actually seeing them, being able to copycat and being able to be victorious in this market. Now, we want to set ambitious goals before each and everything that we do, and let those past victories carry you to the new personal best. So, as far as a personal best for us so far, even though we had blown that account, my personal best was able to keep an account I was able to get an account from 100 to 130. So now my objective, and albeit that was a real account, so within a demo account, it won't feel as real as the real account, no pun intended, and not to sound redundant, but by being able to match or even beat that personal best, that is going to allow us to keep going. And that would allow us to say, okay, so we beat our personal best. What's the next personal best? And then what's the next personal best? And then we keep going in that particular cycle afterwards. When the pain hits and tries to stop you short of your goal, dunk your fist in, pull out a cookie, and let it fuel you. And so what I mean by that is when these obstacles get a little tough, when trading gets a little tough, when the trading confidence that we have spoken so highly about, when that starts to waver, we want to then think about the past victories we've had. We want to think about the past things that we have done that have allowed us to get to this point of experience and let that fuel us as the thing that we need to encourage us to keep going, to allow us to increase our drive. If you're more focused on intellectual growth, train yourself to study harder and longer than ever before, or read a record number of books in a given month. And that brings up the fact that, there's this very powerful quote I learned from Tony Robbins, which is leaders are readers. And I pride myself in the fact that I do at least take about 30 minutes out of my day to read something new. Right now, I'm primarily focused on astrology. So I read about 2 pages worth of astrology, specifically my birth chart. And again, we'll get into all of this at a later time. That's just for me something I do in order to read and learn more about myself. And then I've got another book that I read that goes into birth cards. Again, another topic for another day on another series. But I do believe, but again, I want to show you where I'm coming from in terms of my intellectual growth. And then I'm reading another book right now that is called The 7 Energies. And that is something I'll bring to the channel at some point in some time once I finish reading that. So bottom line, to make a long story short, I am constantly reading so that I can discover myself a little bit more and allows me to understand, okay, how do I work? How am I what are my quirks, if you will? And then from there, just being able to, at that point, just keep going. At that point, being able to just keep on reading. Like, what else is there to discover? What else is new? And I'm sure I'll get to all into all those particular points as we go ahead and as we move forward throughout this journey. In any exercise where pain, boredom, or self doubt kicks in and you need to push back to get through it, the cookie jar is your shortcut to taking control of your own thought process. It's to remember what a badass you are. And yes, that is absolutely true. 100%. Y'all, each and every one of you indeed are what and again, this might pardon my French, but each and every one of you are badasses. Each and every one of you are able to go ahead and overcome some of the challenges that you faced so far, and that has allowed you to grow. That has allowed you to get to this point where we're all on the same or well, that you're watching this particular video. Now, I don't know your background. I don't know your walk of life. I don't know the story that you have created so far. However, what that story has told you is that story has led you here. And there have been challenges that you've had to overcome to get to this point to see the opportunity that lies before you. So do understand that whatever that particular part of the story that led you here and to even allow you to continue to endure what you have endured, those are the cookie jar moments that you want to go ahead and use so that in this battle that we're doing right here, in this arena that we're in right here, those moments are going to allow you to keep going even when the journey is tough. And so that's very important, just kind of coming back to the cookie jar analogy where you can use some of your greatest moments. You can use some of your most powerful moments, and that could be anything in life, but you can use that to say, hey, if I made it through this crap and I came out the other side a better, stronger, and more capable individual, then what else can I do? Or what's next for me to tackle? What's next for me to accomplish? What's that next step? What's that next piece that I'm looking for that can allow me to take my life and live it to the person that I desire and destined to be? And once you start to secure and hold on to those moments, you're just going to create more of those moments and you're going to create even more of those moments. And the cycle will keep going like that as a reminder to let you know how strong that you really are, how strong of a person that you really are. And that this right here, while, this would be about day 23. And for those that went from day one to day 23, again, I can't be ever, I am forever grateful that you guys are still with me. But that's the thing, right? This all might seem a little bit overwhelming, a little bit over daunting, a little bit discouraging at sometimes as well. Let me close that buy trade right there because again, the sell arrow moved to the next candle, so I can go ahead and I can take that particular trade right there. But my point being, going back to the point is it's a matter of we know specifically, the type, what we have gone through in our journey. We know all the bull that we've gone through, and yet we made it out. We're no, at least I hope that you have made it through some difficult moments, and you can use that to fuel you to understand that there is a road to bliss through that pain. And it's just a matter of just making sure that we can go ahead and we can come out the other side. So I'm just taking a look at some of these other trades right here. We could see that the sell arrow has moved over to next candle. So we're definitely going to go ahead and take a look at that. So as of right now, we're just waiting for the 15-minute candle to close within within just about under 14 minutes. And so I'll be monitoring this particular trade and I'll be right back. All right, everybody. So we are back at it. I'm going to take a buy trade right here because our buy arrow, I'm going to go ahead and just mark that up. Our buy arrow indicated that we need to take a buy trade on platinum. And again, I know that we had taken the sell trade before, so I'm definitely being a little bit cautious. Again, we're following this particular trade. And what I'll also go ahead, excuse me, what I'll also go ahead and do is let me measure out the points right here. The points that we are going to use for our, or what we like to call our hedge in case it goes the other way. So that's 921.62. So I'll put that right there. That will be for if we need to set ourselves a trade at that direction. And we're also going to place a sell right here because, again, we had the first candle right here. That's when we closed the first buy trade. We then had the next candle right here that the arrow moved to, which was when we closed the second buy trade. And now we've gone ahead and we have a third arrow right over here. So we went ahead and opened a sell trade. That particularly, we're going to be looking to close that when that hits 30 pips right there. So right now we got three sell trades on gold versus the United States dollar. We got one buy trade on platinum. We've got nothing on silver. We have got nothing on gold versus euro, and we've got nothing on oil. So I'll be monitoring these particular trades, and we will indeed be right back for updates. All right, everybody. So you just saw there we had closed a sell trade that was open that had about 36 pips of profit. So we went ahead and we closed that out. We still got two open sell trades, and that's because, well, we definitely need, in order to make sure we could close on some of the open trades we have on gold, we need price to come down just a little bit. But hey, that's all right. We take this one trade at a time, and so we closed that. We also have right now, we're still working on platinum with an open buy trade right there. So we're allowing that to make its way to where it needs to go. And then we also have silver, not a whole lot there. Gold versus euro, not a whole lot there. Oil, not a whole lot there as well. So again, we're just still, managing these trades. We're keeping a close eye on them. And if I do have any updates, I will let everybody know. All right, everybody, we are coming back on. I'm checking on platinum specifically. That this candle is about to close in about 20 seconds. We could see that the buy arrow has moved from this candle where it was beforehand all the way over to this particular candle as of now. That buy arrow has not disappeared. We have not crossed our line where we need to place one of our hedge trades. So we're going to be okay right there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to buy. I'm going to use my crosshair tool. I'm going to have it come all the way down to about over here. I'll make sure I got that low point. That low point right there is 922.81. So I will have it at 922.81. Where are you? Come on. Come on. Oh, dang it. Let's try that again. Okay. Okay, so we see that the buy arrow has moved over to the next candle. So we're going to go ahead and also wait for that as well, which is perfect. But we got to make sure we get this guy all the way taken care of too. All right, that's fine. Not going to waste any more time on that. So that's 921.28. That's fine. Okay, so we got that going. Now we're waiting on this buy arrow right here to close. So that's our update on platinum. We just got two open buy trades at the moment with a third one potentially on the way as well. Gold, we are looking pretty good on gold as well, as our two sell trades are now are helping build our equity back up. So we are going to see how platinum plays in terms of its role. And we will go ahead and I'll keep everybody updated. We are, again, close to one of our lines right here, the 921.61 to be specific, as far as potentially seeing something happen for a bit of a sell, as far as getting our particular trades in order. So I will let everybody know when that happens. Okay, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and do that right there, which is fine. And then, so that's one sell trade, or that's one sell trade. It did not break the other line, so we're going to hold off on that for right now. But we shall see what happens. And again, we are going to open up another buy trade as well, so that will give us a little bit of an indication of where a price wants to go at that particular point in time. So we're just allowing things to progress. We're allowing things to indeed move forward. It's just a matter of where we are going to end up within the next matter of minutes here, about 2.5 minutes before that 5-minute candle closes. So I will definitely let everybody know when we go ahead and we start to see another update on this. So with that being said, I will go ahead and I will be, oh, are we going to, what's happening? Oh, maybe I'll stay here for just a second. Maybe I'll stay here for just a second just to see what happens. Okay, so we'll make another sell trade on here as well, because it did indeed end up coming a little bit on this side right now. So what we have right here, as this candle is about to close in the next 2 minutes, is a situation where if one of our sell trades that we just opened up goes into profit because we saw that buy arrow, I would go ahead and close one of them because I wouldn't necessarily need to, what's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't necessarily have the need to allow this particular trade to stay, or really, we just want to go ahead and practice the principle of trade efficiency. So as we can see right here, we're just allowing to see where indeed platinum is going to go. And again, this is phase 4 of our strategy. We're just looking for the opportunities that will come our way. So no problem with that. We've got about a minute before that candle closes. And gold is definitely on the downward swing, which is what we want in this particular case, because that helps our sell trades. And right now, I'm not seeing anything else as of opportunities at this particular moment in time. So that is the update that I have for everybody. Again, we'll stay here for just about the next 40 seconds, especially because this candle is indeed about to close. The buy arrow is still there, and we can certainly make sure that we get ourselves primed for a buy opportunity if it indeed sees fit. By the way, I am going to go ahead and move some of these lines because it is indeed a little bit distracting. Okay, there we go. So we got about 18 seconds. You know, I'm not gonna do the the New Year's ball countdown where we're just counting down the candles, but we could definitely see that we're about to get primed and ready for a buy trade right here. And here we go. So I got ahead and I've executed a buy trade. Just taking a look at the candle. Let's draw about 150 pips from where that is right there. That would be right at 9. Let me make sure I got that right. So the low is 920.98. Low is 920.98. Low is, there we go. That from about 150, that is 919.48. 919.48, just a little bit more down. Right there's fine. Okay, so we got that going. So now we are in a open buy trade for platinum. We've got 2 current open sell trades for gold, and we're going to go ahead and see exactly where we stand on these 2 trades. So with that being said, I will be right back with further updates. All right, everybody. So I'm sorry about that. I wanted to apologize for not giving everybody an update when I could, but here we are. Right now in gold, we still got our 2 open sell trades on gold so far. Nothing doing on silver, nothing doing on gold versus euro, nothing doing on oil, and then platinum. So a couple of things did indeed happen. So I'm going to give everybody the best play-by-play color commentary. We want to relay this to sports that I could. So we had been trading, and we had taken the buy arrow, I believe, right at this direction right here. And then we had another buy arrow, another buy arrow, another buy arrow, another buy arrow. And I believe that's where the buy arrow, no, right here is where the buy arrow stopped. we got ourselves out of the buy trades. We instead hedged our trades, and then price started to move back up. We had gotten a lower high in the market right over here. We had closed a buy trade that we had took previously that went into profit, and now we're about to down to about right over here at this particular moment. So that's where we are. We got one open sell trade currently on platinum as we speak. We have our line now. Our line was initially right around this area right here. And then because of the way that we had this downward action with this candle right here, I ultimately moved it to about right here to make sure we do indeed cover some of the profits we've already collected. So that's where things stand as of right now. So, our stop loss right now is looking to be at a particular break-even point, which I'm absolutely very ecstatic for. And so this is where we currently are at right now. And of course, we're waiting on gold to do, or not gold to do something. It's done something already for us, but we're just in that particular trade hanging out. And so far, we're doing the same thing with platinum. So any updates that I can give, I will definitely be able to do that for each and every one of you. And we'll be right back. Hey everybody, I just want to go ahead and just give a quick update on what's going on. We do see that we have another down arrow candle that formed, so we're going to go ahead and enter a second sell trade at platinum. And not only that, but we know that our high point is going to be at 928.8. So if I measure that distance with the crosshair tool that I'm using right now, measure about 150 points up the top, that is going to bring us to about, sorry buddy, 922.43, that's fine. We'll place that right there. So 922.43 will be our target, and we'll leave it just like that. Okay, perfect. So we've got that going. So we'll let that trade play out. And then just to give another update on gold, it's still, pretty much going the way we want to. Nothing on silver versus USD, nothing on gold versus euro, nothing on oil as of yet. So really our best friends right now are indeed platinum and gold. So we will go ahead and we will continue, or I will continue, I should say, to update you on some of these particular trades, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody. So I am back. I'm going to take a sell trade on platinum. So some of our trades, I ultimately closed out, or I went into a buy trade for the first trade that we did right back when we were all the way over here. I also did another buy trade for the second trade we did that went drawback of 15 pips. That's essentially our strategy for phase 4. I went to another trade, so I'm in another open sell trade for platinum. I already have the high point marked as 922.76. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that on my screen right here. Just 1 second. Okay, so let's do 150 points. That would be right to about right here. So I'll make sure I did that correctly. So let's see, the high point is 922.76. And the 150 pips away from that high point is 924.26. So put that right just a little bit up. There we go. So I've got that going. So that's our update on platinum. Gold is still, we still relatively got a good hold on gold. So we're allowing that trade to play out as well. And then silver, gold versus euro, and then oil, same story right there. So ultimately, we're allowing these trades to play out. We're ultimately, still moving forward throughout the process. And as always, I will be right back. All right, everybody, just to give you another update, we're going to go ahead and execute another sell trade. The down arrow has moved over to the candle that had just closed. So we're going to go ahead and get into that trade. I'm also going to go ahead and measure about 150 points, which will be right at, hold on. Okay, right around there, 923.45. That's fine. And that's perfect. Okay, so we've got two trades right now, two sell trades that are going on. Gold right now is still doing fine, albeit with the bull candle, which is not what we want, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and we'll allow the trade to play out, and then everything else, we're not looking at everything else. Like right now, it's really just excuse me, it's really just platinum and gold that we are following. We just saw that the uh, the down arrow has now moved over to the next candle. So we are going to go ahead and allow that to play out. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's place a buy right there. Delete this line. That is no longer valid. And we will go ahead and we will continue to allow these trades to play out. Again, I know that platinum out of most of these pairs is going to be the trickiest one, only because I know that the spread on this is more than the other pairs involved. So all we really need to do is just keep going. All we really need to do is just keep moving forward, continue to work out the plan. And if phase 4 doesn't work, then guess what? We now know that phase 4 doesn't work, and we go ahead and we move over to phase 5. So again, no trepidation there. We'll go ahead and continue to move forward. We'll continue to monitor this trade. In fact, I'll be monitoring this trade more than likely within the next 3 minutes. So once this candle has indeed closed, and I will be right back. All right, everybody. So as promised, we're going to go ahead and take a sell trade right here. The down arrow, the sell arrow, has moved over to the next candle. Its high point was at 924.40. So if I do about 150 points that way, it'll be around 925.91. We're going to shoot that right there. I'm going to leave it as is. And again, we are going to allow, not to sound like a broken record, everybody, but we are going to go ahead and we are going to allow the trade to play out. Gold is still doing gold's thing. Everything else is still, well, everything else as far as no opportunities right there. So platinum, gold, that's the name of the game right here. And we are going to go ahead and continue to work on those pairs. And for further updates, as always, stay tuned. All right, everybody. So we are back. I'm going to go ahead and place a sell trade, another sell trade, because our down arrow moved over to the next candle. And then just taking a look at the current, let me go ahead and just take a look at the current high point right here. Get that out of the way. Okay, very good. Okay, so looking at the high point right here, that's 924.54. Now, if I move this up about 150 points, this is going to give us 926.05. So let's do this. Okay. Boot that up a little bit. Come on. Come on. There we go. So now we've got 3 current open sell trades on platinum. Again, this is why we're doing this on the demo account, to practice our strategies, to make sure they are indeed going to go ahead and work for us. And then gold, we're still, doing the gold thing. We are also looking at some of these other trades, and nothing is coming up. So we're coming across that time where I stopped the trading, and that's going to be about in 14 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and wait for that timer, and that means we're also going to be looking at platinum as well, as far as things that we may need to close on that particular side. So in that particular case, we still got some time left before the market closes, so we're going to go ahead and allow these trades to do their thing, and I'll be back with a further update. Hello there, everybody. So, well, phase 4 did not work for platinum, as you can see there. So now, not to worry, we will go ahead and we will indeed try again another day. Another day is coming. Day 24 is indeed coming tomorrow. So don't worry, platinum. We'll we'll definitely be on you pretty soon. So that's okay. We'll move on to phase 5 with platinum. As far as everything else is concerned, just not a whole lot of direction out there in the markets today for any of the other pairs. Right now, we've got gold that's doing absolutely well. And hey, we can definitely at least hang our head on that. So we've got about 2 minutes left. before we end up closing for the day. And as always, I know that there's going to be a lot of questions about what we're doing here, especially when it comes to Forex trading, our strategy, what's going on, plans, all that great stuff. So I'm going to ask you to either drop comments or your questions down in the YouTube videos below if you have any. My Facebook is also Jordan Rosario. My Instagram is Jordan Rosario 777, and my Twitter is WC underscore Ambrosario. So that will be all there for you to go ahead and check out as we end up wrapping up our 23rd day trading. This would also be the official month's point where we started this channel and started the journey. I mean, I know I had 5 videos before, but I didn't really count that as the official start. This is the official start, 1 month in, and we've already learned so much about the markets just by trading together in this month period, and we have got another month to go, and now that'll be and then a month after that, But anyway, this is the 1 month anniversary of this particular channel. Very, very, very excited to see what is going to be coming in place, including tomorrow, of course, day 24, and I may or may not have a special guest on a mastermind interview coming out to you later this weekend. I can't promise anything. I can't guarantee anything as I do not have a crystal ball, but I am very confident that I'm going to be betting on that particular position, that those things will come. So with that being said, we have about 20, count 20 seconds before our particular candle closes. 14, 13. Here we go again with the New Year's Eve countdown. Not sure why I keep doing that, but hey, that is where we are. Let me grab that mouse right there. Again, nothing is doing for us, and don't worry, Platinum will be we'll come back to you very shortly. So there we go. We are now officially at the 9:45 a.m. mark. I'm going to place my buys, get those closed out, and that is it. That is the way that our trading day will end today. So with that being said, everybody, I want to say thank you once again for each and every one of you that are coming on and checking out the channel. Feel free to drop your questions, as I mentioned before, either on YouTube or on the appropriate channels that I have. With that being said, everyone, enjoy the rest of your day, and as always, happy trading.